Hello. Today we're going to be doing some wood burning. I'm going to finish up this eagle's head. So I have some more burning down here and I want to add some color and I got to do a lot of corrections. I didn't realize it until I looked at a reference photo, but that's what I'm going to do today. So today I'm going to be using my Optima 1 Dual and some pens. I have this one is a liner pen and this one is a shader. So let's go. Just gonna angle you down, focus you in, and here we go. Okay, so here's my eagle head. And I'm going to start with a liner. So I'm just going to, I'm going to throw my glasses. I'm just going to start doing these lines here with a liner. You would use it just like a pencil. And I'm actually just gonna put this out here just to make sure I don't burn myself, kind of remind myself that it's hot. I wouldn't touch the end of it, but I would touch this sometimes, so I'm just gonna have that out there. And then I like to have a fan. I turn on the fan and it sucks. I put it backwards and it sucks the smoke away from me. And actually, when you're burning leather, I don't know if you've burned leather before, but if you burn leather, it really stinks. It stinks really bad. So I'm just this one is almost done. I'm trying to get in the habit of using my supplies, finishing up my projects, using what I have. And so I thought, oh, this is a good one. It's been laying around for a while. And it's a good one to finish up. And I might as well take you with me. So, question for you, as you're popping on here, come in and say hi. Let me know where you're from. And then I have a question for you. No pressure. It's just an opinion. There's no right or wrong answer. But let me know where you're from first. Okay. Okay. Gonna ignore that one. Okay. Question. Do you like, so I'm done those lines already. Didn't take long. Do you like wood burning on wood? This is an elephant I've done. And do you prefer the wood or do you prefer the leather? Real quick, easy question. Let me know. And if you're on replay, let me know in the comments below which one you prefer, wood or leather. And I'm just going to, so now I flicked my Optima to the shader, so I have my shader now, and I'm just going to start shading in here a bit. And I sometimes forget to sometimes I forget to use a reference photo. And you think, oh yeah, that looks, when I first saw this, I haven't seen it for a couple years. It was in my garage for some reason. So I'm cleaning out my garage and I find this. And I'm like, oh yeah, that looks so good. And then before I pop on here, I'm like, oh, I should check out a reference photo for eagles. Well, this is totally wrong. This should be white. The head is white. This, thanks for the thumbs up. This should be black, so it should be really dark. And the beak should be orange. So that's what I'm going to do today. Luckily, I did look at a reference photo, and I'm realizing this is all wrong. And I'm going to fix it. It's like, oh man, I thought it looked so good, and then I'm like, wait, wait, what is this? So I'm just shading, I'm putting a bunch of shade in where the feathers overlap. So this one is on top of this one, so it would be like a white highlight, and then it'd be shaded in here. So that's what I'm doing, is I'm just adding some shade in there. Adding some shade. Okay, so it looks like I'm getting a bunch of weird stuff on my live video. So just ignore them. Might have some trolls to deal with. I might have to block some people after this. When I get off of here, I will deal with them. It's one of those days, I guess. One of those days. So then when you're done shading down here, then I like to add some color. And I like to add some color. You add color using oil pencil crayons. It's actually pretty cool. You use the oil pencil crayons, and then you use an odorless turpentine. And the odorless turpentine, it kind of melts the oil. It reacts with the oils and it melts the colors together. It's a really nice effect. I really like doing it. And I had my brand, I really loved, my favorites were Walnut Hollow, but they discontinued them. And then there's some other companies that make them though, and I just happen to luck out, you know, you're at a garage sale, or you're at a garage sale or a distribution center, or Salvation Army, and I just happened, a lot of people wouldn't know what they are, but I just happened to luck out where I found some. I'm about to throw this box away, but these general ones, I found them really cheap, and they're the multi-chrome, and if you open it up, it actually says right inside, it says oil pencils on wood, decorative oil pencils on canvas. Dip pencil directly into turpentine and mark on wood or canvas. Color with blunt tip on wood surface. Dip with paintbrush into the turpentine and brush over pencil drawing to create a painted brushed effect. So I lucked out and got those really, really cheap because like I said, the walnut hollow ones that I usually use are discontinued. So, you know, you go thrifting and you never know what treasures you're going to find. It's like, woohoo! And they were really, really cheap, and it was like, oh my gosh, love it. So that was a pretty good find. And I'm just all about using up all my supplies. I've got so much. I'm very fortunate to have an abundance and just using them up. So I'm just going darker in those in the shaded part. So today my phone is giving me a hassle. I tried to go live and I flipped horizontally, which I do like all the time. And then the tools menu, I go into the tools and I flip it so the writing is correct, like so you don't have to read it backwards. Well, every time I do that now, I hit the tools button and my whole screen goes green and blue. And it's like, what? Oh, that's annoying. So I shut it off and on, and that didn't work. I shut it off and on again, and that didn't work. And it's like, oh, dang it. So I'm going to do an update today and hope that corrects that, because I just find that so annoying when you're watching someone's video and you can't read what it says because it's always backwards. It's just like, for the love of God, just go into the tools. It takes 1 second. It takes a second to go horizontal, and it takes a second to get the wording correctly instead of watching you with your words backwards for half an hour. I'm going to take the time and so you can read what anything says, but yeah, not so much today. Not so much. Good find. Thanks, Katie. Katie Marie. Hello. Got live again. How are you? I'm great, actually. Yeah, I'm really good. I don't know why. I haven't been feeling good the last week. I don't know what's going on, but and then today I woke up and oh my God, I'm on fire. I'm just like so excited and I got so much energy. Cleaned out my freezer today. That was so nice to get that done. Cleaned up my work table and got organized again. Put some stuff away. So yeah, I'm great, Katie. Thanks for asking. How are you? What is going on with you today? How are you feeling, Katie? Yeah, so you just keep shading, and it really is, you just want to do a bunch of different tones, so it really is like using pencils. A wood burner is like using a pencil, and you just want like some real nice tones. You don't want it all one solid color, so you go nice and dark and light, and you just put in some tones and go over top of it, and then sometimes you get a little bit of carbon buildup on your blade. So I have like a carving stone here, but you can use sandpaper, and I'm just going to clean it off a little bit. And this is good. It sharpens the blade too. It also keeps it nice and sharp, because sometimes you want to put this on its edge and you want to do a nice sharp line, like this, so you want to do a nice sharp line, but this is a shader, so I'm going to use it as a shader. But yeah, so you get the tones also by slowing down the pressure, slowing down the pull, and also the pressure, like pushing and pulling and just changing up the pressure and changing up, kind of pulling it up off the leather as you go, or slowing down, speeding up. Okay, well, this is going to take me a while because it just is. So I'll show you a little bit of color and then I'll come back to this, just because some of you probably don't mind being on here for like half an hour, 45 minutes, but some of you probably just want to get on with your day, and that's fine too, like whatever. As I say that, I can't stop. So I'm going to show you some corrections I'm going to make. So I'm going to shut off my wood burner. And like I said, I pulled up a reference photo, and you should always do that. Very nice, Sandy. Thank you, Debbie Bedard. That's awesome. And Jessica Mullen says, nice. Thanks, Jessica. Nice to see you on here. Teresa English. Hello, my friend. Nice to see you creating. Oh, nice. I know exactly who you are. Teresa English, I actually met you in London at the show. I was one of the lucky ones and got to meet you. Teresa English does amazing fiber art. She does she weaves baskets and does a lot of like willow weaving. And she even takes the bark off the willow and weaves with that. It's really good. And her son, Phil English, and he's married to Philip, and Alicia English are married, and they're on YouTube. You gotta check them out. They are so talented and so good. But anyway, you should always get a reference photo. So I'm looking on the reference photo and I'm realizing this should be white, and it's not. This should be coming into the blacks and browns, and it's not. And this beak should be yellows almost to the oranges. So now I'm going to fix it. So like I said, I got those amazing, I lucked out and got those amazing finds at the thrift store, and I have some oil pencil crayons, and there's so much texture on here from the wood burner, like it's already starting to pop. There's just so much texture, and it's actually doing a lot of the work for me. But yeah, so I'm just fixing up these colors, and I'm gonna take it like a yellow ochre and really get this beak going. I'm gonna say the sun is coming from this side, and I'm going to say the sun is coming from this side and get it lighter and do my shading and my highlights and lowlights, and that's already looking so much better. I'm actually surprised I don't even need the, I usually use like odorless turpentine. I usually use an odorless turpentine in a bottle. And hey Brenda, how are you? I haven't seen you for a while. So I usually use a odorless turpentine, and I dip a paper stomp in it and I blend the colors, but I really don't need to on this. It's really blending really nicely on the leather. And I'm not gonna seal this. I'm gonna have this like a nice old like leather purse or leather coat or something. You know, it kind of has that patina as it gets older and gets crinkled and wrinkled and worked in. Like it's like this is like really. Oh, I miss you too, Brenda. Brenda is an essential worker and she's been crazy busy keeping meat on our plates. She keeps our meat on our plate, and yeah, so she's been crazy busy. And then down here, I'm gonna go darker. Gonna start darkening it up. This is where, and I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna finish up the wood burning part too. I just didn't want to keep you on here for an hour while I wood burn. I might flick on my video. I might do that for YouTube. I might flick on my video, my camera, and go to video, and then I might just fast forward it and finish this up on YouTube, but yeah, I don't want you to be on here forever. That is beautiful. Bacon, baby. I know, right, Brenda? Who doesn't love bacon? Gotta love bacon. Thank you, Brenda, for bringing us the bacon. Actually, we've been going through so much bacon and eggs. We're at home. My daughters are here, and my hubby's here, and we've been having 3 big meals a day, and we like to start it off with bacon and eggs. And yeah, we've been going through a lot of bacon. Who doesn't like bacon? So it's starting to get really nice and tonal, like the darks down below, and then I gotta add a lot of white up here. Add a lot of white. I'm really happy with the way this is just blending in. I don't even have to use any chemicals to make it melt together. And always I like to turn my projects upside down and right side up and sideways and backwards, and I like to flip them every which way. And then I want to add some white in the front here where the sunlight would hit the beak. Get that real nice and white. Maybe put a highlight in the eye. Maybe put a little bit of yellow ochre in the eye. Then I almost want an orange. I want to start adding a bit of orange, maybe to the more towards the shade of the beak, like maybe towards the bottom. I don't want it too orange, but I don't want it just like, oh, this is yellow, this is white. I want it to look like it has a bit of oranges in it. So there you go. You can see a little bit of the orange in there, and it's starting to get white on top, and then the dark colors on the bottom. So I'm starting to go where I want it to. You know what? I might just throw in a really nice, a little bit of a green highlight to the eye. Not very much. I'm looking for a certain green, but I can't find it. But just a little bit of a green underneath the yellow orange. So there you go. So his eye is looking good. And his beak is looking good. And that's so pretty. Thank you. I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. So I just had one more question. I want you guys to comment. So this is one I've done before. This is an elephant on wood. And do you like the wood? Or do you like the leather? So answer in the comments below. I tend to, of course, I'm a lumber mill and I love wood. So of course I love the wood. But I just want to know what you guys like. So thanks for joining me today. And I'm Sandy McKenzie of the Lumber Mill. And I hope you enjoyed that quick wood burning. Love you, bye.